Cool. Okay, let's put some things on here.
You know, every once in a while, Angry finds himself in the city. Oh no. One thing I'm always sure about, every time I always check and make sure I didn't get any on me. I know that's right. Y'all can keep your city in the city. Yes, sir! I thank you. Kindly leave us country folk well enough alone. Amen. Don't you pour
All right, am I on?
keep your weird to yourself. Trying that shit in my small town could be bad for your health. Got a rifle in the rack.
All right.
Don't you port in my Oregon. Keep your weird to yourself. Keep your weird to yourself. Y'all dump trash in your rivers while I like to fish in mine. 5 o'clock means you're
Happy Tuesday. Hey, Twisted. Hello, Jody.
Once a year we'll got to stop and do it every day. That's the way we do it around here. Go to your food cost for barbecue. Get the grilling out back. Potluck for us means a Sunday picnic. What you got to say about that? Living in your
hello, babe.
jungle, high and mighty in that high-rise. Come on down here, back down to earth and see what I despise. Don't you put in my Oregon.
This is Angry's in the house, guys. We're gonna have to change your name, honey, so they just know that it's you.
Trying that shit in my small town.
Pretty sure you like having your own name, though. This is me.
Got a rifle in the rack.
Welcome. I got people watching.
And ammo on the shelf.
Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. Just watching Quincy's live. He went off, and I didn't see anybody else on to step on any toast. I figured why not do it live. I'm in a fairly good mood today. Had some really cool shit happen to me over the last 24 hours. Done with some work. Got 2 songs to drop tonight. So I probably won't get to check those out till I get to work Twisted, but I will definitely check them out.
Frogs dancing in the streets, acting like a bunch of snowflakes.
I gotta get back to making videos, put some more of my songs out. I've made a few more songs, but I haven't made more videos. So.
We got a surprise for you. Don't you park in
Takes a while to make the videos. And then what happens, can't hear me over the music? Okay, then I will turn the music down. I like this one though. Alright, there we go. Probably hear me now. Is that better audio, guys? I'll move the mic a little closer to my face too. What I was saying is I've had a really cool 24 hours, some really cool shit happened. So I'm in a fairly decent mood, despite lack of sleep.
Let me tell you.
It's kind of curious doing that you're watching YouTube now, honey, instead of
Leave the city in the city, y'all.
whatever else you're supposed to be
Don't be
doing.
bringing your hoods to my woods. Don't know nothing about track.
And if you're driving, then be careful.
Don't know nothing about hunting dogs. Don't know nothing.
But yeah, I got to make some more videos. What happens is 5x5, thank you, easy.
Bad for your health.
I want to put the music out on YouTube, so I put just like a background picture or something just to get it out on YouTube, and then people start clicking it and hitting it. And then when I want to go make a video, I don't want to delete the last one that's already got a bunch of views. So it ends up just sitting there as a picture video. kind of a catch-22. If I put it out in a hurry, then I'm disappointed later. So I'm not sure. I'm sitting in the car in the extreme heat waiting for our son. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're doing. Okay. Probably should have went in the building. It's probably air conditioned in the building there. When we get some money here soon, we will get the AC fixed in the car for you. Because I know that sucks. And I'm sorry that you don't have AC. It's kind of my fault. I should have taken care of that over the winter.
Too scared to jump. Damned if I do, but I'm damned if I don't. Devil on my shoulder whispers, bet you won't.
So yeah, please, if you're joining me, welcome, thank you. And a lot of you already have, but throw something in the chat so I know who's here. I don't know how to see my viewer list to figure out who's who. So if you throw yourself in the chat, then I know you're here and I can say hi and welcome you to the show. Like I said, I appreciate knowing who I'm talking to, who's viewing. Know who my audience is, know who's going to like what. But like I said, I've had a great day. I'm not going to put too much on there. I don't want to dox myself, but this piece of paper right here that came in an odd way, I'll explain later, but that piece of paper means that the struggle and the strife that I've been going through over the last over a year has come to a conclusion. I've been going through some stuff I haven't talked about while it was happening. I'm sure some of you can figure out why once I tell you, but I've literally been going through a court case for the last year that I won't get into the details, but they made it really ugly for me. And I was supposed to face a jury last week, and that didn't happen, and I was a little upset about it. The things they charged me with, I was definitely not guilty, and they wanted me to take a plea a long time ago, and they were upset that I would not. But I'm not going to plead guilty to things I'm not guilty of. And it literally would have ruined my life, and potentially I would have had to do some time over it. It was pretty serious. I think some of it, music's still really loud. Okay, I will turn it down. There we go. Well, I guess I'm talking so I can turn it way down, right? Okay. I don't know if you guys heard what I was saying or not, so I'll give you a quick synopsis. Over the past year, I've been going through a court case. I've been wrongly accused of things, and I was supposed to face a jury last Thursday, so that's kind of why I haven't been on so much. I've been really, really stressed about it, among other things we have going on in our life. And somewhere along the line, I pissed a DA off. And I'm still not exactly sure why. I have my theories. I have my assumptions, but I don't know for absolute sure. But somehow I pissed the DA off, and she's been running me through the ringer for over a year now. I got I was supposed to face a jury on Thursday. Last Wednesday night, I got a text message because the court sends out notifications saying that my court date was canceled, and I was really tripping out. I was upset. They've delayed this for so long, and they haven't had a real case against me, obviously, because I'm innocent. But they've been running me through the ringer anyways. And then when they canceled my jury court date, I was severely upset because I was ready for this to be over. It's been a giant weight on my shoulders for over a year, and I couldn't get a hold of my lawyer, and nobody could give me any answers. Well, Lady A just happened to be in the courthouse, and my stepson, our son, were in the courthouse yesterday, and they were approached with a piece of paper, and I'm still completely confused as to why nobody's told me anything. I haven't gotten any direct communication or anything like that, but they recognized her and they said, "You're his husband, right?" And they gave me a paper, or gave her a paper for me, saying that everything was dismissed. I'm exonerated. I'm free and clear. So, a giant boulder that I've been pushing uphill for a year now disappeared yesterday. And that's awesome news for me and my family. My family brought me the paper. They were in tears. I'm still trying to process it, to be honest. They woke me up to tell me the news yesterday, so it was really hard to react the way I should, probably. But yeah, with tears in their eyes, they handed me a paper telling me that I'm completely free and clear now. And that's I cannot even express to you the joy and relief I feel today. It's hitting a lot more today than it did yesterday. I was just completely confused yesterday. And I'm still a little confused as to why I got the news the way I did. But, I mean, I got the news, so I guess I should just take that and run with it, right? But, yeah, it's nice to see justice actually worked this time. I don't have very good luck, guys. They say if it's not for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. I don't get very many breaks in my life. I go through everything the hard way and got to trudge through it, fight for everything. So when something this huge worked itself out, I'm ecstatic. I really am. This is my happy face. Trust me on this. I know it doesn't look like it. But like I said, in the current environment and me putting myself out there like I do with these live streams and being a political commentator and so on and so forth, the radical left likes to gain any pebble they can and turn it into a boulder. So I've been really tight-lipped about it. I think even in my friends circle, I think only one other person kind of knew about what was going on. People feel cornered into taking a plea. Glad you held it. Yeah, they even dropped it down to like the highest degree misdemeanors, because they knew that a felony case was going to be too much, and tried to get me to plea out to it. But the problem is, the charges had to do with physical violence and other things that would have killed my career. And I couldn't have that. I'm too old. I'm done starting over with, with my line of work and all of that. I'm fairly happy with what I do right now. I didn't want to start over and find another line of work. And I was innocent, and I knew I was innocent, and everybody knew I was innocent. The judges laughed at the DAs in multiple court appearances because this was so ridiculous. But they weren't doing anything about it, was the frustrating part. Finally, it landed in front of a judge that had some common sense. And the judge was like, I'm tired of you guys dragging this on. I'm tired of you guys running this family through the ringer. I'm tired of you guys bringing a case in front of me that's not really a case. And the judge finally said, that's enough of this. And I'm extremely grateful for that judge. I'm glad there are still good judges on the bench. I'm a pretty cynical person. Most of you guys probably know that already. And I don't have very much faith in the judicial system. But every once in a while, there's something that gives you hope that we do have people out there in power positions that are doing the right thing. So remember that. Not all of it is shit. There's a lot of it that is shit, but not all of it is shit. And there are still decent people out there wearing robes, wearing badges. And continue to bring prayers that when you're in situations that you can encounter those people. Like I said, I'm not a huge pro law enforcement guy, but I do think we need cops. But I am definitely in support of good cops. I'll see you soon, baby. Be careful. I am definitely in support. I don't like the legal system, but I am definitely, I actively support people in the judicial system that do the right thing. And I think we should all do that. I mean, we should all remember that not everybody is a pile of shit. And I was reminded of that yesterday. So it's a really good day today. Positivity. I'm bleeding positivity today. Even though there's a lot of negative stuff in the world, every once in a while you got to grab a little piece of good news and run with it. And that's what I'm doing. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. We got the plot against UFC 250. We got wildfires north of us. We got, all kinds of crazy stuff. There's like a whole stream I could do on just what happened at the UFC 250 this weekend. Sean Strickland, and then I can't remember his name, but the fighter that made the Obama comment. Come on, guys. First of all, let me speak on that. First of all, that person was expressing their free speech. Who says that politicians and the powers that be are allowed to say whatever they want to say about us, about American citizens and against America? They're allowed to say everything they want, but if we say one thing about them as public figures, I mean, Michelle Obama, she's the first lady that pretty much qualifies as a public figure. And it's not like that one guy's one statement was going to change any public perception of her or him, as the case may be. So I don't see it falling under the guidelines of slander or defamation, that's for sure. I mean, it was kind of probably made in a jovial spirit. I understand the impact during that event, national stage, international stage, being the UFC. So I get all that. It may have been in poor taste. I'll concede it. But he has every right to do that. And I think he should face the court of public opinion. If you're going to get canceled by social media or whatever, I mean, that's kind of FAFO type deal. If you want to put yourself out there and make a statement like that, she could lay the rumor to rest. You are exactly correct. The court of public opinion will tell them what they think about him making that statement. But the government doesn't have any right, the law doesn't have any right to step in. Because he didn't threaten anybody. He did, there weren't any actions involved. He made a statement. Whether it was a joke, whether it was a troll, no matter what it was simply a few words in a sentence. And the government has no rhyme or reason to be involved in that. Like I said, the court of public opinion will tell him whether it was a good idea to do that or not. I think it's kind of funny. I think it may have been in poor taste, but I'm laughing at it anyways. Because I understand nuance and humor and things of that sort. I'm not so uptight that I can't have a laugh. And I appreciate public officials that are that way too. I mean, look at all the crap they've spewed about Trump over the last 9 years, is it now? However many years, 10 years? Yeah, 10 years. Look at all the crap that they've spewed about Trump over the 10 years. And he just keeps plugging away. He'll fire a shot back every once in a while. But look at all the crap that they've said about him. If they have the right to do it, then we definitely, as Citizens have the right to do it. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people think it was funny. It got the desired result. Everybody's talking about it. We'll blame Trump and assume he feels the same. He probably does, Share Bear. He probably does feel the same way. I kind of feel the same way. I'm not entirely convinced that Michelle Obama is a chick. But whatever. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me one way or another. It's just funny. It's humor. LOL. And then we got the weather. Have you guys been paying attention to the how would you say it, the weather saga from that day? People are calling it a miracle. You missed what was said, Tracy B? Well, I can't remember which fighter it is. I could probably look it up, but I'm lazy. One of the fighters, when they were winning their matches, Trump was ringside. So they would come out of the cage and they would go over and they would shake Trump's hand and say whatever they said. And apparently he made reference to Michelle Obama being not a female. I don't know the exact quote. But as you can imagine, excuse me, as you can imagine, it's been all over the internet now. Mole is so last year. I don't know what that means. But the weather has been funny. All this talk about the weather. My stream that day actually said, Mike is so, yeah, I agree. Yeah, nobody really cares anymore. They're irrelevant. Speaking of that, I made a joke on Quincy's feed stream that he was showing from Vienna, from Austria. He was showing some climate change conference, summit, whatever, and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kamala Harris were sharing the stage, talking to the host, the MC at the time. Gotta get on the road and get home, but I'll leave you with this. Big Mike. Your husband calls you Michael. Something is definitely wrong. Yeah, exactly. Kamala Harris and Arnold Schwarzenegger were sharing the stage at a Vienna climate conference. And now that Schwarzenegger doesn't have to be a rhino anymore, now that he's not in office having to let the Kennedys pull his strings, he's gone full libtard. And he was talking about how the current administration is living in the past with energy production, saying that Trump is trying to bring back coal, so he's living in the past. And my joke was kind of like in the past when either one of you were relevant. Because does anybody really care about Arnold anymore? Other than watching old movies, does anybody care about cackling Kamala anymore? Now that she had her epic fail moment, does anybody really care? Do any of you wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to scroll social media to find out what Kamala or Arnold Schwarzenegger are doing today? Any of you? I know I don't. They are completely irrelevant. Yeah, that's a bad one, Dollar Bill. That's a bad one for me. I don't like the way the left throws that word around willy-nilly now. It's a huge thing. That word right there, that I don't get triggered by a lot of words, but that word triggers me. Especially considering the fact that I have a lot of children. We have a lot of grandchildren. And my wife and I and our circle of friends are pretty active in organizations and causes that help children, among other things. I will gladly give up my life for a child any moment I'm asked to. I would never hurt a child in the least bit. So when I get that word thrown at me, it pisses me off. That's what got me triggered enough to confront Mike in the middle of Sunnyside Road, was him throwing around that word. That's a big word. That word has a lot of meaning to some of us. You can call me Nazi all day long. You can call me a white supremacist. You can call me all these crazy things that you want to call me. It's not going to kill me. It's not. Most of the time, it doesn't even hurt my feelings. But that word right there holds power. And I don't like it. And yeah, he does. Mike throws that around constantly. The left throws it around constantly. And it's uncalled for. That is a horrible, horrible thing to call a person without any proof. When there's actually proof otherwise. When they have nothing to say, they use that word. Exactly. Because they know it gets to us. Because they're children. They have the mentality of a prepubescent child. And they're just going to throw words they know are hurtful out there. And unfortunately, there is power in that word, and it is hurtful. And so that's why they use it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it at all. And I don't like being accused of things that are important to me. Trying not to get into too many details, but this case that I've been facing, they were charging me with domestic violence, saying that I abused my family. And that's why I refuse to even take a plea deal, because I don't do that, and that's important to me that everybody knows that I don't do that. I was not going to plead to domestic violence because to me that's a huge scarlet letter. I've made some mistakes in my past. I have a record. I've done some stupid shit when I was younger, but not like that. My crimes when I was younger, I liked to drive cars that I couldn't afford. We'll just put it that way. And it was wrong. Don't mistake. I paid for it. I did my penance 30 years ago, long time ago. I've done a lot of change in a lot of life since then. And to be honest, if it was a stupid theft charge or something dumb like that, I may have pled out just to get it over with. But they were trying to put it on my record that I abused my family. And that could not be farther from the truth. So I would not plead out. Because no matter what lesser charges they brought to me, they still had those two letters, DV, in front of it. And I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with that, wearing that scarlet letter when it's not true. Because to me, that's an awful thing. And I understand that some people get convicted of stuff without context, it looks worse than it is. I knew a kid when he was 19, he was on the SA list because he and his girlfriend had started dating when they were in high school. He turned 18 before she did. They got caught doing what 18-year-old couples do before she turned 18, and the parents got mad about it, and he got SA on minor charges when they were literally like 2 or 3 months apart from each other. He was 18 like 3 months before her, something like that. It's a long time ago. I don't remember the exact details, but so he was on the SO list. And I have a habit of judging. I have a habit of jumping to conclusions. Anybody I find out is on the SO list is immediately somebody I will not associate with. I don't like hanging out with people with DV charges either, because those are things that I seriously stand against. But I do realize that sometimes you have to look at everything in context in the whole story, because people do get railroaded. And you know, as someone who's done time, I know that there are plenty of people that have done time for things that they were not guilty of. But that being said, those are, you know, the DV and the SA lists are not things that I screw around with. Those are serious crimes. Those are things that you just don't do. So yeah, I had to stand my ground. I had to. Because I wasn't going to live the rest of my life with that label and having to defend myself against something I know I was innocent of, but the paperwork would have said otherwise. And I would have spent the rest of my life explaining to people how it wasn't true, and I'm not that type of person. I don't want to do that. I really don't. I like people just to know that I'm not that type of person. I like people just to assume it right off the bat. And I think I do a decent job of convincing people of that right off the get-go. If you know me in real life, you would know that I'm not the type of person that would hurt my family or children. So yeah, I had to stand my ground. Because it's, you know, it is a scarlet letter. But thank the good Lord above that he heard prayers and he answered with righteousness and justice. I've been innocent all along, and now I'm officially innocent. And that's awesome. Because it was a tough road because of my previous life, because of mistakes I made when I was younger, 30 years ago, but it still doesn't matter on paper. It really doesn't. And I have been more than an upstanding citizen for a long, long time now. To the point where I have county sheriffs hang out and party in my yard when I throw parties. They all know who I am.
He's done it again, y'all.
What's up, Fat Patriot?
Just another neck bobbing slammer. Bob that neck from the angry. Oh.
You know, I've been a decent person. I've done a lot of stuff for my community. I've served in local government. I've come a long way in 30 years. But the court system doesn't look at that. They just see some words on a paper and run with it. And that's sad. I feel so bad for people that get caught up in that. It happens, guys. And when these lefties run around and find these little tidbits from your past and create these giant issues out of them, that's not right. That's not okay. I'm not going to bring up the specifics, but I'm thinking of 2 or 3 patriot activists right now that are just popping in my head that are getting that done to them because of something that happened in the past. The activist left grabs it with no context, no explanations, no reasoning, no reality half the time. It just runs with it, things that people weren't convicted of. If you weren't convicted of it, then 9 times out of 10, that means you didn't do it. But they're not going to expound on that. They're just going to say, oh, you were accused of it, so obviously you're this kind of person. Grandpa Muskrat, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here too. So I would, you know, I'm sure most of my chat is smart enough and has enough fortitude to look past the rhetoric. But sometimes we get accused of things that we didn't do. Sometimes the small little stuff we did do gets turned into something giant and to be used against us. Don't be those kind of people. Without actual proof, without actual convictions, without actual solid evidence. Dollar Bill, I was literally fighting the DA. As I said, I was accused of doing things to my family, And my family, this is half the reason they couldn't come up with the case, because my family said, nope, not doing it. We are not testifying against him. You can't convince us to say he did anything wrong. I love my family for that. My family has stood by my side this entire time. Basically, my stepson and I had a disagreement that got a little rough and got a little bit out of hand, and the cops ended up being called, and they blew it completely out of proportion. Obviously, my stepson and I have lived together under the same roof since that's happened and not had any more issues or anything like that. So obviously it's not a problem. It's not a way of life for us to be physical with each other. It was an in-house disagreement, argument that got a little carried away, and the neighbors got involved somehow, and the cops got involved, and they ran with it. And because of my past, the DA ran with it. And like I said, I do believe that there was a small amount of political persecution involved, because I have been very vocal in what do you call it, in local elections and in local politics. I have been a vocal voice, and I must have pissed her off saying something bad against somebody she agreed with. And she's kind of a snatch anyways. It's public knowledge that she's not a great person. So she thought she had a slam dunk because of my past convictions, and because I'm dirty, filthy biker trash, and this and that. She thought she had a slam dunk, and she thought I was just some dumb hillbilly from out in the sticks that didn't know how to defend himself. And we proved her wrong. Good day to you too, Snooks. We will see you in and out. And sometimes all it takes is saying no. Sometimes all it takes is for you to say, no, I'm not falling for it. Because they'll come to you with these sweet deals and all of this and that. Try to make it look like, oh, well, we've got you, but we'll give you this deal so you don't have to deal with all of it. No, you don't do that. You tell them they have the burden of proof. You make them prove it. You make them convince a jury of your peers that you did what they're accusing you of. Even if you are guilty, make them earn it. That's what I say. Make them earn it. Make them do their jobs. They make 4 times the amount of money that I do. They need to work for that money. That's the way I see it. That's just my opinion. Whatever happened to in the hood, clicks meant you had some boys. Whatever happened to making friends, not just typing all that noise. What happened to these streets? But like I said, God was good, and he fixed it. To put it in layman's terms, God was good and he fixed it. And I'm grateful for the people that he put in the path. Like I said, that one judge finally was like, hey, wait a minute. And I'm thankful for that judge. I'm thankful for lawyers that weren't even mine, because unfortunately my lawyer was kind of useless. But other lawyers stepped up to fill the void out of the goodness of their heart too. I didn't pay them anything. Nobody paid them to. They just saw a wrong and decided they were going to be active in fixing it. And I'm grateful for that. Lawyers don't do that kind of shit, man. So the fact that there were good enough lawyers that out of the kindness of their heart decided to right a wrong gives me hope in the system still. They tried to railroad my stepson also. And because of good people, his outcome turned out okay. because of good people in the system. I can't say it enough. Because like I said, this doesn't happen to me. But God saw fit to let it happen to me this time in a good way. And I'm grateful, and I'm in a great mood for it. But what was I trying to talk about before? Oh, I was talking about the weather. Some of you may know, for some reasons, I'm a fight fan. So I was really excited for the Freedom 250 show. There's a lot of naysayers, a lot of people that think that it was in poor taste for Trump to do that. You know, I say what use is it to be the most powerful man on the planet if you can't take advantage of it? If I was president, oh my goodness, who knows what would happen in that White House? So I feel like, hey, he's the president of the United States. If he wants to throw a birthday party with a octagon in his front yard, so be it. Who are we to tell him no? I think the White House is a we the people building, and he did something for 100,000 people. There were over 100,000 people around the White House watching this event, participating in the event. That's huge. To me, that says he did something that we the people enjoyed, appreciated, wanted. So how is that wrong? That's my opinion on it. I understand the White House, you're supposed to have reverence for it, yada, yada, yada. Bros, it's just a house and an office building. It's where the president lives, so it's a house, and it's an office building where the government works. It's not any different than any other federal building. I'm an architecture buff, and I love history, so it means something to me. On a emotional level, the White House means things to me, and I'm sure it does a lot of patriots. But in reality, it's a temporary residence for whoever's in office, and it's an office building. And it's his apartment for however many years he's in office. And if he wants to throw a birthday party on the lawn, so be it. America loved it. If it was something absolutely that, everybody hated, I mean, obviously it's going to be split down the middle. The left is going to hate it. The right is going to love it. I have a frozen screen because it's playing the video, and the video is just this screen. It's not frozen, see? It's not frozen. Like I said, sometimes I don't have the time to make a whole video, so this is the video for this song. But being a fight fan, I appreciated it. I'm not going to complain when the President of the United States wants to throw a bash concerning what I enjoy on the front lawn. I'd be silly to be upset about that. But so everybody was worried about the weather. There were forecasts of thunderstorms. There were thunderstorms, like lightning and thunderstorms, pretty bad storms, a lot of wind. They were forecasting 35, 40 mile an hour winds. And somehow the storms did this all evening. They had a little rain delay because of lightning, I believe. I don't think it was because of actual rain. I think it was because of the lightning, because of that giant tent that they set up. But they were forecasting pretty bad stuff, and everybody thought it was just going to be a weather shit show and ruin the whole thing. And somehow the weather split to the north and to the south and allowed the thing to take place. And I think that's pretty awesome, whether you want to call it happenstance, whether you want to sit here and give a 20-minute meteorological explanation to it, whatever. The simple bottom line is it happened in a really good way, and it's pretty cool. A lot of people are attributing it to God. They're saying that they prayed and God shined his lights on patriots that day and Donald Trump. I'm not going to go that far. I'm really not. I think there were reasons for it. I was watching somebody that was talking about human magnetism and how that crowd, the magnetism of humanity, put some kind of ionic cloud in the sky, buffer in. That's what made um, made the their split and all of that. There's all kinds of funny explanations. Some people are saying that Trump took advantage of weather manipulation to make sure his party didn't go off the rails. All I know is it happened, and it was pretty damn cool. Who has better? I don't talk about teeth, UB. My teeth are not good, and I'm not a hypocrite, so I don't talk about teeth. I'm working on getting dental work done, but I don't take stuff from the government, and I'm having a hard time affording it, so it's taking longer than I hoped. Can I just be objectionable sometimes? Sure you can. Hi, babe. Did you bring any food? Ugh. Okay. Now I forgot what I was talking about. I lost my train of thought. Oh, we were talking about the weather. The weather was pretty cool. We're not talking about weather here. Howard Faust, welcome. But I thought it was fun. I thought that some interesting stuff happened. The Strickland stuff, I don't know how much you guys paid attention, because I don't think they made a big deal out of this in the media, especially at the time. But Sean Strickland, who is like arguably one of the most patriotic UFC fighters we got out there. Pretty good show. I was impressed. I was a fan of Gaethje before, but I'm a huge fan of Gaethje now. But Strickland is out patriotic. And My Country one, Share Bear. I don't even have that on YouTube yet. He must. That's cool. Sean Strickland felt kind of snubbed because he wasn't invited to the show. So he went and got his own attention and went and jumped into a ring somewhere when he wasn't invited. I think they were trying to. Sean Strickland is very controversial. He's a big troll, and I think they were trying to avoid that. They were afraid. Honestly, they came up with other excuses and whatnot. Even Dana had excuses to not have Strickland there, but I think everybody knows, common sense tells you, that Strickland is controversial, and they didn't want that drama that comes with him. But he brought it anyways, which is awesome, which is funny. I'm waiting to see what the repercussions of that are. He had to be taken out by police escort. But I don't know about you guys. I don't know if I have any actual fight fans in here. But you cannot tell me that Gaethje fight was not the fight of the year. I mean, that was awesome. That was worth the price of admission. I was a little disappointed. There were a lot of early finishes. Things I wanted to see, especially the can't even think. I'm so horrible with names. Hi, Jeannie. Hey, no cap. Oh my God, I can't think of his name now. The Brazilian guy. I can't think of his name now. Oh my God, I'm so horrible with names. But anyways, I really wanted to see him do better. I'm gonna guess I'm not seeing many comments about it, so there's probably not too many of you guys that are hardcore fight fans. Don't make me Be objectionable. You be as objectionable as you want. I don't think that's the right word, though. It's objectionable. If you're going to do it, use the right word. How about that? No, you could be as objectionable as you want. You're allowed to have a contrary opinion. You're all good to go. You already made it clear that you don't agree with it, so that's okay. I don't mind arguing with you about it. I got my opinion, you got yours. We can talk about it. It's not hurting my feelings at all. Just because you're a super mod does not mean you don't have an opinion. You earn your right to an opinion as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that Gagey fight was just absolutely phenomenal. I did like an 8.5 hour stream that day, just in case anything popped off. I wanted to be live while it did. And then I wanted to get a nap in before work because I wanted the fights to be over by like 9 my time. And that didn't happen. They didn't get off till like 10:30 and I had to leave for work at 11, so. Yeah, I just heard another stream. There's supposed to be an attack at White House on Sunday during the fight. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Or starting to talk about it. Shit. Gonzalez. Sherry, welcome. That's Sherry Gonzalez. Yeah, we're going to get to that. I was working my way to that subject. We're definitely going to talk about that. Because I have some differing opinions on it. And you guys may think I'm wrong. You may agree with me. Who knows? And we'll just get right into it. Hell with it. You brought the subject up. We'll talk about it. Because nobody in here is huge fight fans like me. So, I regret that I was rude to you a few weeks ago and it was uncalled for. Please. Oh, see, I like comments like that. That's cool. No cap. Way to go. So apparently they were going to have a drone attack with explosions, whatnot, explosives on a drone, and not directly attack the crowd, but they were going to make the crowd be evacuated. And then they had a K-zone set up with people on the roofs. And apparently this is all orchestrated by a 19-year-old hillbilly from Ohio. That's what they're telling us anyways. And apparently there were over 20 people, maybe a couple dozen people that are being implicated in this. And they've only arrested 5 so far. This is what I'm gathering. This is the info I'm gathering. Again, all orchestrated by a 19-year-old from Ohio that looks like he's 45. You know what? Let me see if I can come up with that picture. Let me see if I can come up with a picture. Plot to terror, White House, FBI. Okay, images. I'm not that. Why? Hello? Where's the story? I was trying to find a picture of the dude. Let's go with suspect arrested. Images. What in the living heck? Why am I not finding? Am I just not typing it very well? White House, freedom. Why? This is all over the internet. Why is it not instantly popping up? All right. I'm having to type in 150 words here. Wow, I cannot find his picture. What is going on here? Okay, let's start all over. 19-year-old man. Man arrested in plot to target White House. June 14th. Let's do that. What in the lip? Why is this guy's picture not coming up?
You need a man to be a man.
I'm incredibly confused. I cannot find this guy's picture.
Take a stand.
It should be like front page news.
Stand up for what's right.
I'm not understanding. To target freedom 250. Oh, I'm so confused. I am not finding this guy's face anywhere.
To
19-year-old. Let's go Ohio man. 19-year-old Ohio man. Arrested. No man arrested for White House terror plot. Wow, what is going on here? Okay, this is ridiculous. I can't find it. If somebody can find me a link, I don't understand why it's not coming up. Somebody can find me a link to the story about that D-bag that they're blaming for all this. The guy that they say is 19, but he looks like he's 49. Because I'm not seeing it. I might have to look it up on YouTube. That's craziness. Why isn't it like front page? Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, my computer's going haywire. Let's give it a break. All right, I'm back. My computer just decided to go haywire. I was asking it to do too much at one time. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's Tuesday. So Climatics has his show and Tommy has his show, and that's why everybody's over there. Looks like Unfiltered and Raw is live somewhere. And it looks like he's not on, so we'll rewind it and see what he's doing. It says something about DHS facility in Seattle.
I'm gonna be down in Arizona, guys. I leave in a week from today. It's gonna be a 3-day drive. Fuck, I'm not looking forward to the heat.
He is going to the DHS facility in Seattle. No, I do not have the second monitor yet, Bill. I still don't have that. Here's a short with 19-year-old. Okay, thank you, Snooks. Let me. Are you gonna let me
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna
click
do.
on it?
84 and humid. Yeah, I'd rather have the drive.
It's not letting me click on it.
It's kind of how it is right now here. It's like a kind of humid, not too.
Oh, why can I not click on it in this program?
Not too bad.
Stop it.
Stop and grab some water though.
Time out on YouTube. No, I'm not going to time you out. It's not letting me click the link.
For 1 mile. Grab water. Ooh, sorry, bro.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Why is it not letting me
Grab water.
click the link?
This gas station.
I know what I'll have to
I
do.
don't know what's over here.
I'll go here
Turn the signal on. Chill out.
and I will
Go around me, you dingaling.
go to my channel. I'll figure this out, guys. Give me a second. Bear with me, please, please, please.
Some people's children.
I am figuring it out. I'm a little boomering out for a second. Where's my chat? Look at that. I figured it out. Whoa, what?
run in here, grab some
What is
water
this
real
doing?
quick, drop some of these on the
Okay, wait.
ground.
There it is. How do I pause it?
Let's see what we got going down. I don't know if this is a safe place to leave.
All right, let's get back to. What's that? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm in a program, Huey, so it's not letting me. But I've got it. I've just got to get. There it is. There he is right there. Now you guys can see him. This guy's supposedly 19 years old. Are we still mad at each other? Louis, I didn't know we were mad at each other in the first place. What did I miss? Were you mad at me, Bill? Says his mother turned him in. That's sad. Link works for me. Lighthouse Terror plot. We have Storm coming to go. If I don't think Angry is that close to being a boomer. Oh, I'm up there. Will a 32? A 32 is actually the exact size I need, Bill, to be sure. Yeah, Bill, why were you mad at me? Or did Louis read something wrong? I didn't know we were mad at each other. But anyways, guys, this is the 19-year-old brain surgeon. Oh, I'm not going to like this. I got food. This is the 19-year-old brain surgeon that apparently had a plot to destroy people in the White House. Oh, is that not for me? What do you got going on? Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Did you lock the door? Okay, you're asked out, Jimmy. I'm mad for what? That's the guy that was going to do something to the White House. Um, yeah, Bill's always mad at me. We're always mad at each other for something. So they are far left group. I'm mad for both of you. Hello, hello. I was never mad. Maybe some disagreement about my dance skills. Okay, what am I messing with there? Did he work for you? Well, his mom. Yeah, his mom turned him in. That's crazy. You must be some kind of asshole if your own mother turns you in. Yeah, that dude's 19. And I know Ohio is hard on people. I'll tell you that for experience. But that dude does not look like he's a day under 40. Okay, Bill, we can talk about that, buddy. We can talk about that. But I don't know, guys. I'm having a hard time believing it all, to be honest. I'm having a hard time believing that that character right there, first of all, is 19. Second of all, is the brains behind a terror plot. I don't buy it. There's something off about this story to me. I'm trying really hard not to put on my tinfoil hat, but there's something wacky about this, really bad. What is going on here? Oh, I was on the wrong page. Huh. I had the wrong window open. Sean Penn making a movie about yeah, that's going to be horrible, Louis. Sean Penn is as a loony lefty as they come, I think, if I remember right. He thinks he can be a cop because he played in Colors back in the 80s. Yeah, right, Jerry. It does sound fishy. It's something just not right. And this is only my opinion, but I feel like the event went off too smoothly, and they got to make some kind of drama about it because everybody knows that Trump likes drama. He's probably not as dumb as he looks. Well, if he's doing anything of the sort of what they're accusing him of, then apparently he's not. But maybe he's got the brain of a 40-year-old because he's got the hairline. Maybe that's why he has a receding hairline because his brain is advanced beyond years. Sean Castro pin. Yeah, right. But they're saying 25 people. And if they've arrested five, why is this the only picture I've seen so far? Granted, I could be missing other pictures, but this is the only one I've seen. Yeah, he's got those SSRI eyes, huh? Those eyes look like they're just gone. He's a we call it Manchurian candidate. Biker Wing, welcome. That's a new name. Scotter, that's a new name. Welcome. I got all kinds of new people again. Scotter's been in here before? Well, welcome back then. Oh wait, Scotter isn't Scotter. Scotter's the local one, I think. We were talking to him when we were out on the road. You've seen two other suspects, no cap. Do they look like dumb hillbillies like him? I'm not saying hillbillies in a derogatory term. I am a hillbilly, but I'm also from Ohio, so I'm allowed to say it. His phone had all, so maybe he was not the smart one, and that's why he got caught. Because he was too dumb to erase his phone messages. Liberals all think Trump used tax money to pay for UFC. Yeah. I can't even. I can't. They will constantly make up stories to make him look bad. Yes, I do. That's actually really good. Are the other ones young too? No cap. They look dumb like they hang out. See, my theory is that it went off too nice. Cash Patel's feeling a little bit unimportant lately. So we needed a big story. We needed some drama to make him look like he's actually worth something. And I think here's a hot take, but I think Trump is taking advantage playing the victim card. I think because of what's happened to him, he gains popularity every time something bad happens to him. And him being the self promoter that he is, he's had to figure this out. So I think this went too smoothly. So we've got to have some, oh, this was about to happen drama. I'm not buying it. But that's just me. I'm cynical. I don't trust anything. So that's where my mind goes. I will say this, though. If it is legit and they did thwart a plan of such, then good on them. Way to go, alphabet agencies. I'm grateful. I'm sure a lot of people that were there are grateful. It's just not sitting right for me. Cash Patel was in Portland, yeah. For why, I have no idea. because they're certainly not doing anything about anything in Portland. So there's this huge plot apparently involving a couple dozen people with sniper roosts and exploding drones and all of this. And apparently it was orchestrated by a group of post high school idiots from Ohio. Yeah, sounds legit. I don't buy it. Honey, do you have a knife? How did you cut this? Thank you. Ninja sandwich chopping skills. There you go, babe. Thank you. 20 and 25. Yeah, most young boys at that age in Ohio are not that clever. Like I said, I've been one. Yeah, well, Snooks, that's not my fault. She insists on giving me food while I'm unalive. She wants everybody to know that she feeds me. She wants there to be video proof of the fact that she feeds me. I did. I was hungry. Uh, he's acting weird. Used $3,000 to buy ammo. Yeah, from his graduation fund or something. From what I hear, right? mm, that's what he looks like in that picture too. Because that shirt could look like the what do they call him? What do they call him? The clothes that nurses wear, scrubs. He looks like he's wearing scrubs. He looks like the guy that pushes your grandma around in the wheelchair. Unscripted. Howdy, howdy. Anybody else I'm missing in here? Hubie, did I say hi to you? Hello, Hubie. Hubie dooby dooby. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys agree with me that this is somehow some bullshit? Well, there has to be some element of truth to it somewhere. The only good lies are the ones that have an element of truth. I just can't figure it out. I don't see the. I'm usually pretty good at looks like his t-shirt's inside out. I'm usually I usually no, I lost my. I'm usually pretty good at catching the angles here, but I'm not on this one. Drones and guns. The guns thing makes sense, especially if you're from rural Ohio. That makes all kinds of sense. But the drones thing, not so much. Yeah, that's his jail scrubs. He's pushing trustees around. That's literally what he looks like. He looks like the worker at a retirement home. There's nothing to be sorry about, Sherry. We appreciate your presence in here. This is not a tight ship, in case you haven't noticed. We just kind of do whatever on this. On this. Oh, yeah. I tried to be structured and to be all organized and stuff like that. It lasted about two lives, and then I said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna do whatever." Why would you stop, please? You're not laughing. You're Kamala cackling. I didn't lie. I did try. Didn't say that I didn't. I don't need to hear Kamala Harris in my bed. Oh, that's not funny. What are you eating out of that tub? What? Oh, so does anybody have any theories on this? Any more ideas than mine? I said I don't have a lot of ideas, just except for the fact that it just doesn't make sense. I can't tell you what's right, but I'm pretty sure I can tell you what's wrong. He's almost 50, right? Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but it just doesn't seem right. Well, he had an early growth spurt. He reached maturity when he was 12 or something. Well, they haven't mentioned the word militia yet, Sherry. That's kind of where my mind went immediately, but they haven't mentioned the word, and the left and the media loves to use that word anytime they can. So the fact that they're not using that word makes me think that there can't be militia ties. If so, the left would be exploiting the hell out of it right now. Trust me, I know from personal experience. Snooks is on the job. For those of you who are new, if Snooks puts a link in the chat, that means we support that streamer and would encourage you to do so as well. I think they're dumb, got caught up. Yeah, some kind of 4chan Reddit shit that they got caught up in and then overdid it. Well, they weren't smart enough to pull it off, which, if this was real, is a good thing that they weren't smart enough. But yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, no cap. Probably just got that Call of Duty 4chan Reddit mindset going on and thought that they could do something. You thought you could do these things, Nemo, but you can't. It's breezy out there. Is that breeze cool at least? Yeah. That's just the weather changing. Yeah. So, anyways, what else are we going to talk about? Talked about the weather, talked about this guy. Well, we got wildfires in Spokane, but I don't think any of you guys are really that concerned about that. I don't think I have any people from that region watching. No. One of you streamers is from up in Washington, but I don't. I think Unscripted is East Coast, if I remember right. Maybe I'm thinking about Unfiltered that's up there. What? Why are you asking me that? Come on. But apparently this. Oh, you're 20 miles from Spokane. Which way, Paul? Because that's where the shit is right now. So I was watching it on Watching on Quincy's, he was because it's near him ish, so it's his region, and he's concerned about it. And I'm not sure which direction. I didn't look up the map, but it's in actual Spokane County. Apparently, is where the news people were. So, are you in that area? You're just east, like towards Idaho. So, are you watching the fires? Are you possibly going to be affected from them? Because that's concerning. We like Paul Tissue. We don't want to see him in trouble. Uh, I don't know what I'm hearing. I think I still have unfiltered's thing going on in my ears. That's what I'm hearing is unfiltered.
Subject to whatever, so I
We'll
could
switch to
have
him for a little bit.
recording.
See what's going down.
Yeah, I would have to go back to the vehicle. You're not allowed to film in there.
Yeah, Paul, let us know you're safe, bud, because now everybody's concerned.
So that sucks. But yeah.
Did I just burp out loud? I'm sorry, guys. I hate doing that.
Department of Homeland Security.
I didn't mean to, and then I realized that I did. I'm sorry. I apologize. The other day, did you hear about that bungee accident? No, Yubi. I don't know to which incident you were referring to, sir. I did not know anything about a bungee accident. Not even least. Quincy will probably do his thing there. I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's why he wrapped it up. He probably wants to go be a man on the scene, which would be interesting to watch if he can get signal out there.
There's a big ass sign right there. I cannot.
Yeah, Paul, you'll have to check. I think it is towards your direction then.
Not that I'm armed or anything.
That's an interesting area. I had to keep reminding myself because I drove through that a lot a couple years ago, back and forth, and I had to keep reminding myself to get gas in Post Falls rather than push it to Spokane, because it was literally like $1.50 cheaper in Post Falls than it was in Spokane for gas.
That's the shit that's a camera you get off of fucking Amazon.
Fires and hurricanes. Uh-oh, I didn't know about hurricanes. I don't see a whole lot going on his stream. So let me see, since we're talking about him, let me see if I can find some stuff about the wildfires. Since that's what we're talking about, let me act like I'm running a show here. I'm being so lazy, and I need to stop doing that. We have anything live? Excuse me. Doesn't look like anything's live. Is this live? No, that was live. Well, it looks like it's getting fairly close to houses. That's an hour. So let's put that on and see what's happening with that. Is that on the screen? It is. Okay. Oh my God, Hubie, that's not okay. Holy crap, dude.
Well, good afternoon, rather, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of Creme 2 News. I'm Mark Hanrahan, sitting alongside our Laura Papetti. Following some breaking news this afternoon, a major wildfire burning.
Oh, you know what? I'm hearing myself.
Right on the border of Spokane,
Spokane Valley. That's what's happening. I got an echo because I have my stream on another window, and I'm hearing myself. What an idiot.
About 500 people evacuated, and we're looking live here at the fire on your screen. And
yeah, that's craziness. Forgot to hook up the rope. Oof.
As you can see, that pink area, that square.
Okay, I'm going to go over here where I can actually see that.
Go now. The yellow is level 2 getting set to go.
Yeah, the Department of Natural
I'm not
Resources
familiar enough with Spokane to figure out where that's at.
If you look at that map and you're kind of trying to get oriented right here, you can see the Spokane River there on the south. That's Upriver Drive. That's kind of where that level 3 begins right there.
But somebody like Paul would probably
level 3 goes up to
be able
Beetle
to know
Beach
where that
Road
map
and then
is
to
at.
Argonne on the east. That's a level 3 again. That means leave now, get out. There's imminent fire danger.
That's right. Very critical situation. We are going live now to Regan Gallo. She's been tracking
We are
it
going live
along
now.
with our crew this afternoon.
This isn't
She is
live. This
along
is about
the
an hour
Upper
ago,
Drive
guys.
and is at the command post. Regan, you have a vantage point of the fire, and you've been talking to folks there as well. So set the scene for us where you're at, and let us
Let me
know
check my
what you
phone.
know at this
See
point.
if I'm getting anything on my phone.
Mark and Laura, we just missed it, but we saw red retardant being dropped down really just right behind me, and we are at Pasadena Park Nazarene Church, about a mile east of Boulder Beach. And this is, again, like you
Boulder
said, Laura, where
Beach.
that incident command post is happening. We have seen several fire officials, including local as well as DNR here, law enforcement.
Yeah, you saw
from
that
county,
too?
from Spokane Valley to SPD, as well as we just saw a SWAT
You're
vehicle
bothering
also
you?
go by just recently. So since we've been here around 1 o'clock, truly a chaotic
I'm going to look
scene.
that up on a
Upper
map
Drive was very busy as
so I
people
can
were
get
trying to
Boulder
get out of this
Beach,
area, as evacuations have
is what they said.
increased since
Probably
about 1
has to do with
o'clock
the
this
river there.
afternoon. DNR told me about 500 homes are impacted or possibly
Let's go.
threatened.
Where are my
And we
maps?
can see dark black smoke. I'm going to
There.
have Dave zoom in there if you guys are still watching my camera. Dark black smoke. Earlier, we did see some flames coming from that area. There's several homes up there and large homes around this wooded area.
Spokane. East
Now, when
Upriver
we first
Drive,
got
it
here, I
says.
actually talked to some teenagers. Today is the last day of school for several students in the area, both
Oh, that's pretty. 16 miles is not
and
far.
some students were going to Boulder Beach just to have some fun. They got early release, and then they had to be evacuated on foot with no one to drive them
Okay,
away
so
because
according to my
the
map,
fire
it
was
is
starting.
northeast
So we have a soundbite from that.
of
We're gonna cue that now.
Spokane, above Spokane Valley,
There was smoke,
and it's
we
on
thought
the
it was just
edge of the
clouds.
metropolitan area.
And then it started getting really darker, and we presumed that it was a fire, but we thought it was a small fire until someone had to evacuate us, and it started getting worse, and we just had to evacuate. And it
That
was
is beautiful
pretty
terrain
scary.
up there. That's absolutely beautiful.
And that was just one of several people we talked to this afternoon. Another gentleman I talked to is evacuated from his home.
I've been all
He
around the
was riding
country.
out his
I've
dog
driven
out,
all around the
and he's just
country.
waiting to see what
I love to
happens.
drive.
Several,
And the
helicopters
highway
in the sky, as well
between
as planes.
Spokane and
one other thing that the
Missoula is
DNR
one of the
told
most
me
beautiful
is
stretches
that
of highway there
DC-10,
is, I think.
Tanker 10, 1 in 4 in the nation, and 1 is here in Spokane Valley, dropping about 9,500 gallons of water to this fire. So that just shows 1 in 4 of those tankers.
What are they
in
calling
the
it? They're
nation
calling it the
responding
Upriver
right
Fire.
here
Let me
in
see.
Spokane Valley for
While you
this
guys
fire,
watch
which
this, let me see if I
shows
can
you
bring up
the
a
severity
map.
of what's going on here on this Tuesday afternoon. One other thing for residents in this area, there's a couple churches taking people in. I want to make sure I get this right. Spokane Valley Methodist
Okay, why is it? Perhaps
Church is where that
of
Red Cross shelter
upriver
is opening up for people. And then we also heard that
fire.
Millwood Community Church is also taking people in as well who might be evacuated. DNR says that crews are going to be here all evening long. We don't know when it's going to clear up at this time. So we will
Oh, I'm hitting the button. That's what the problem is.
continue to report from the scene as we continue our coverage here.
What's happening? Why is it buffering? Because I'm trying to do other stuff, so it's buffering. All right, guys. Well, let's switch to this one. And you guys can see where it's at. Hello? Hello? My computer's being stupid. All right. Am I still on? What is happening? All right, guys. There is a map of where the fire is right now. If I zoom out, you guys can see Spokane is right here. So that's where it is in relation to Spokane. Oh, you can see the little symbol for the water plane there. That's kind of cool. But there's Spokane. So that's how far away we are. That's not very far. Spokane is not a big city. What is happening? There we go. So that means they're going to, if they're from the east, that means they're going to blow the fire towards the city. But it looks like there's some hills and stuff. There's a natural barrier. So hopefully they can get it put out before it goes south or east. What deer? I don't know. Let's see. I can share both of these. Let's
6 miles per hour. This is over at the Spokane Airport, a distance away from where this fire in particular is burning right now for the upriver fire. Our temperatures at this very moment are at 84 degrees. I want you to note that relative humidity, it is at 18%. That is a really low relative humidity right there. There's not a lot of
all right, come on, computer, catch
right
up.
now or in our area. Now, as we take a look at our current winds at this very moment, as you can see, Spokane
I think this
has been
map
26 mile per
is
hour.
messing
Augusta,
everything
Coeur
up.
d'Alene has been 23, Deer Park 15, Ritzville 24. 23 for Wenatchee. It has.
There we go. We got a moving picture again. Well, we did. Come on, computer.
Certainly been blowing right here, but these aren't even our wind gusts.
That's good that you don't smell it, Paul. That means it's not
For today,
coming your way
these are
usually.
maximum wind gusts that we have had today.
Oh, I'm going to turn off the map. The map is kicking my butt. I know that's what the problem is.
Looks like clocked in
Start messing up when I turn the map on, but you guys saw the map.
35 miles per hour today. Deer Park,
Yep, that's what it was. It was the map. It's probably trying to continuously update, and that was dragging on things. Maybe hard for the flames to jump the river. I hope so. I don't know exactly how big the river is right there, but I know here it jumps rivers real easy.
As you can see, as for our temperatures, it is very dry around our region. We are mostly into the 80s at this time. Lots of sunshine. So it's been drying out our conditions out there as we head into the rest of this evening. Now, according to this hour-by-hour forecast, this is potentially, we might be seeing those winds at least stick around over the Spokane Airport into about our 5 o'clock hour and still staying rather breezy as we head into our late evening hours with those clear skies. But you can see those temperatures are not really backing down much, especially as we head into tomorrow.
Yeah, those of us down here in Oregon, Western Oregon especially, we are very familiar with wildfire conditions. Every year we deal with it down here. Sometimes it's really, really bad. It was really bad in 2020.
You can see that we are expecting breezy to gusty winds. These are expected to stay with us into our late evening hours. By the time we get to about potentially midnight tonight, according to this weather model, that's when we might start to see some of those winds back off a bit for us. But one of the reasons why we're seeing these breezy to gusty winds is because,
well, according to that, it looks like the wind's coming from the north,
looking at our surface analysis map,
which is going to make it want to jump the river. That would suck.
This low pressure system has been, where this cold front is, and from what I have seen looking at some of these maps, this cold front just passed directly over Spokane, over Coeur d'Alene, moving through North Idaho. So watching that pretty closely, especially because this is one of the reasons why we see these gusty conditions across our region.
What deer?
So continue to keep a close eye on that as we head into the rest of this tonight. Of course, this is something that we are continuing to track, and even as we head into the next couple of days, we're looking at that heat sticking around for us with lots of clear skies. We'll continue to keep you updated as far as the weather conditions for this evening, as far as our watches and warnings, and for our red flag warning.
Yeah, so let's
we're watching it right now.
let's do the good thoughts and prayers thing and everything for the people up there.
Mark and Laura, back to you.
All right, Cody, just getting word that
The
fire is
leftovers,
blown
I will
out
keep
of
watching.
300
Thank you, Sherry.
feet.
Appreciate you being here.
And that some structures
Husbands
are
need to
not
eat.
or
I just
impacted.
got my husbandly food.
So, for you, you said till midnight the high winds are going to hang around for.
At least from that weather model, from what I'm seeing right now. So that's potentially what we could be seeing.
Yeah, wildfires are scary, man. They do some unpredictable stuff. Sometimes you think you got it in hand, you think you got it under control, and the weather says,
Thank you very much.
Mother Nature's going to do what Mother Nature does.
We thought were dying down much earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to go now to Kristen Goodwillie. One of the things, of course, that happens when we see so many evacuations is that we have the Red Cross that puts shelters into place.
Yeah, Kristen Goodwillie joining us live on the phone.
Yeah, we finally cooled down to the 80s today. We've been in the 90s, upper 90s the last couple few days. We finally got a break. We're only in the 80s today.
Need to know about going there and getting services.
Hi, thank you for having me. Yes, what they need to know is that they should come immediately. This is a place that you can evacuate to and a place that you can take a breath, figure out your next steps, as well as charge your phones, get some food.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this shot is from Spokane, so that's not that far away from the city.
And nurses that are on their way. We are encouraging everyone to bring their pets if you can, to bring those important items like a pillow or blanket, hygiene supplies, emergency medications or prescriptions that you might need, but that's only if it's safe to do so. What we're really encouraging is for everybody to monitor what their officials are saying and evacuate or prepare to evacuate.
Yeah, so that's good news that you're not in an evacuation zone, Paul. We're happy about that.
They can bring their pets, and we are working with a pet.
Yeah, see that house right there? That's scary.
And
That's just
what they do is
surrounded
they
by
make sure
fuel.
that shelters are safe.
Yeah, so appreciated. We've seen in fires before people hesitate to come to the shelters if they can't bring their pets. So good news for those folks there. What kind of crowd are you
See, I think
seeing?
one good thing about when we had wildfires here is that, like, people out here in the rural areas, almost everybody has like a camper or a trailer or something. And we saw parking lots just full of RVs when we had the wildfires here.
Is a majority of families. So parents, children, multi-generational families.
Because it is hard to just pick up and go somewhere immediately like that. It really is. If you've got an RV, a camper, or something like that, it makes it a little easier. Because you're usually, most people are prepared to go somewhere with that. And if you have kids and animals and things of that sort. But we saw people living in a parking lot of the casino for months with like 3-4 kids and a dog in a small travel trailer. That had to suck really, really bad.
Has been growing.
Yeah, those houses do not have much of a buffer zone.
350 acres, about 500 homes impacted was the last number that we saw. On your screen right there is the evacuation map. The area shaded in pink, that's the level 3 go now evacuation area. The area in yellow is a level.
Yeah, there's a lot of streets in that red area.
As well. So want to keep
that means there's a lot of population there. Relatively speaking, I mean, it's still rural. It's not a lot like a city, but it's still, there's a good amount of houses up there, I bet.
East Spokane and Spokane Valley, the Beacon Hill area, it's a really popular area for local mountain bikers to go. A whole system network of trails up there for mountain bikers.
Oh, that's got to make you keep an eye on stuff, huh, Paul?
It is dotted with homes, a lot of homes, and that area.
Got to have a lot of faith that these guys will get things handled.
I mentioned it earlier, but we are hearing now that some structures are impacted. We are waiting for clarity on exactly what that means.
I see sprinklers going. They're watering the fields.
We don't know. We're trying to get the answer to that right now.
That's smart. I would be watering my roof right now.
As that evacuation area does continue to grow, you were talking, Mark, a little bit about how it came off of the Beacon Hill area. Yeah. Obviously, an area for outdoor recreation.
Yeah, that's like that sounds like a tinderbox.
But then growing
Paul
in the
tissue.
evacuation area,
That's kind of scary sounding.
Significant amount of homes, as we've heard about 500.
I'll tell you what, as much as these fires do suck, it is actually cool to watch these guys do the firefighting. It's pretty amazing the way they do stuff. It's impressive. And like I said, you gotta kind of put your put your faith in them that they know what they're doing and they're gonna do it right.
East into Old Argonne,
Not like
west
California.
Thurman, and then south upriver.
God, if there was a fire anywhere near me in California, I would just pack up the house and leave immediately.
Southwest, pushing that fire to the northeast, and we are seeing
At least up here in the Pacific Northwest, we have some faith in our firefighters.
There have been efforts to kind of thin that area, do some wildfire mitigation over the past couple of years to take out some of the brush, the thick brush in the trees, but it's kind of a mixture of brush and heavy timber up in that area. So there is quite a lot of fuel, and we
said that weird.
Driving those flames, firefighters dealing with that spotting where some embers will bounce up ahead of the fire line and create new fires. So it's a super challenging situation for firefighters, especially when you're dealing with those 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
And really, what
yeah, that could blow. Especially like Paul said, there's cedar up there,
in the 20s, right? 26
and that'll
miles an hour
burn
when
quick.
it started earlier today.
It doesn't take much
It has
embers
been
to light
up
up
and
a
down
cedar
throughout
forest.
the day, but we've seen those gusts up, as you
And
said,
that's
to
what spreads the
25
fire
miles an hour.
fast is those
So
heavy winds,
terrible
because
conditions
it's
for
not like the fire
volunteers
goes from
and
tree to
for
tree.
firefighters
It
out there.
burns,
We've
the
seen
embers go up
it
in the
being
air,
a
they're
tough
floating,
fire, both
and then the
with
wind
the
comes
swing
and blows it,
with
and it can blow it
helicopters and
miles
bringing
while
in
it's
the
still
big
lit.
air, the drop taker.
DC-10 air taker, right?
So this is what makes the fire so unpredictable, because when the winds come and they blow the hot burning embers to another region. Yeah, I'm good for now. Thank you, baby. That was good. I appreciate that.
Plumes of black smoke coming up from behind you. What can you
Imagine
tell us now?
flying a helicopter. Yeah, that is, like I said, I have much respect and appreciation for those
off of the camera just moments ago.
firefighting
DNR has
people.
now increased that acreage area from about 292 acres now to about 350 acres impacted.
It's 350
by this
acres right
fire.
now, dear.
And the DNR also confirmed that structures have been impacted. As you can see right now, I believe that is one of those DC-10 tankers.
Oh, there it
just
is. There's
caught
the big
red
boy.
retardant all across that hillside. Just a crazy sight to see on this Tuesday afternoon. Now,
And he's putting actual retardant down, not just water. That red stuff is like a chemical retardant.
This is home for them. I just talked to another man. He evacuated with his cat. It's just him and
So I
his
found
cat.
out what they do is they don't, like,
And
a
is
lot of
staying near the
times they're not
incident
actually
post just to keep
dropping it
updated.
on the
As we
fire
get
itself.
updated,
They're
but
containing
many
the
people
fire.
impacted.
So they're
Again, if you are
covering
searching
stuff
for a
that
place to
hasn't been
go,
burned yet so
there
that it
is
doesn't
a
catch.
Methodist Church of Spokane Valley
Kind of
that
like
is taking in
digging a
people.
fire
That's Red
line, but
Cross and Millwood
different.
Community Church is also
Danger
taking in
close.
people
Amen.
if
No
you are
kidding.
being evacuated now. Again, we've seen several aircraft on scene. Just a chaotic
Yeah, I
situation
know, Paul. It's
on this
you
Tuesday
kind of get used to it
afternoon,
after a while,
especially
right?
as kids are just getting out of school, trying to celebrate the end of the school year.
It's still got to
Now,
make you
you'll
nervous,
continue our
though.
coverage right now. Still several law enforcement and fire officials.
But yeah,
here
when we
on
get them
scene.
down here
And
too,
I
I'm
believe,
like,
Mark,
okay,
you have a
well,
question for
hopefully
me
they'll
before
put it
I toss
out.
it back to you.
Anyways, how about dinner?
Oh, go ahead. We saw that. It looked like that DC-10 behind you making that retardant drop. That's a pretty substantial aircraft, so that's probably quite.
I've had a lot of friends that have been evacuated. I've never actually been asked to evaluate or evacuate from a fire area, but I've been close, and I've had to help some friends evacuate from zones.
I will say is this is all happening by the Spokane River. So DNR says.
Remember in 2020, I had to drive all the way to the other side of the valley because a bunch of my friends have horses, and they were in the evacuation zone, so we needed to wrangle as many trucks as we could to go haul horse trailers to get the horses out of the barns and whatnot. And they had to go hang out with about 5 trailers worth of horses at a county fairgrounds.
Certainly she mentioned just speaking to DNR, and we have been tracking the acreage that continues to grow. We still.
Oh, that was a weird itch.
Very soon
My eyebrow started itching.
when they say that structures have
That
been
was really
impacted,
weird.
What that means. Certainly.
But yeah, it could be scary,
concerning.
and to know that you have to leave your property and possibly come back to your property not being there. Man, that's some stressful stuff.
The area he was standing there with his. We just spoke to Red Cross shelter.
Back when I was volunteering in the 2020s, man, we just you'd see women that just couldn't stop crying the entire time. They were just so stressed out.
They will set up, they work with animal welfare to allow people to bring their pets, and so that's at least.
Yeah, that's a big deal because people often are reluctant to leave their pets behind.
That's right.
They just don't know where to go with their pets in a situation like this. Laura, I was speaking with one of my friends who lives in that area. He was evacuated. He said they got the call. They just loaded up their most, I guess, important documents and things and took off. So at a moment's notice, you can go from a regular
Yeah, that's
Tuesday,
another thing. I
the
mean,
load
kind of a
comes up
public
and flooding
service
the area
announcement.
to
How many of you
evacuate
guys,
fire.
I know
This is
we're
the
guilty of
notice
this.
that folks got.
You just
Many
got
of
your
you
stuff all over
likely
the
got
place. You
that
don't think
yourself
about
on
it.
your phone. It says critical
I mean,
internet threat
they
alert, level
recommend
3
that
evacuations
you put
leave
all your
now, and
stuff
that's what
like in a
folks got
safe
just 2
or
hours
cabinet or
ago.
something like
And
that,
that wasn't, hey, take your
so
time,
that
get
when
your
you
things
have to
out, just
evacuate, you
leave
can
now.
grab
So
all your important
just a
paperwork at
reminder,
one
as
time,
that
throw it in a
evacuation
box and throw it in your truck or something like
parameters
that. But how many
continue
of
to
us actually do
grow,
that? It's
just a
something we should
reminder
think
right
about
now,
more
if you
often.
are not in the leave now category, which
I know
is
we're
you
very
just need to leave.
disorganized in
If
this
you're not in that,
house.
but you're in that general area,
It
maybe
drives me crazy
surrounding
because
that
I'm a very
evacuation
organized
zone,
person, but
good
my
idea to
family is
remember
not.
to cross-reminding everyone,
It
if you
would
have
be such a
medications,
pain in the
get
ass for us to
those
have to
ready to
evacuate
go.
because my wife would
Important
be
documents,
an hour and a half
these
trying to
things that
round
you
up
can
all
get
her
easily
paperwork,
put together. Have, of course, your family close by, know
medical
what your plan
records,
is. And
important
again,
bills,
they are
things
keeping
like
folks
that.
at the shelter in Spokane Valley United Methodist Church, and also we're hearing now Millwood Community Church also
It's something you should think
taking
about.
people in.
It's preparedness.
When you get that notification, it's so dramatic you don't know what to do.
It
That's a
really
place,
is. And we
some
don't think
places
about it
you
because
can
we're just
stop,
so busy with
get some
things that we do from day to
resources,
day
get
that
some
we don't think
information,
about
make best decisions.
we don't think
Yes,
about bad
questions.
stuff coming our way.
We continue to cover what is being
And we
called the
probably, I know
Yukon
we should
Fire.
more. I
It's
know
a
our
wildfire
family
burning kind of right on the border of East Spokane and
should keep
Spokane
that in
Valley
mind
in the
more
Beacon
because we
area,
are.
if you're familiar with that.
We're in the foothills. We're surrounded
500 homes are
by
being threatened
timber,
at this hour by that wildfire. At last
and we have
check, about
wildfires out here all the
350 acres in
time.
size. We learned from DNR
We have
that some
landslides,
structures are, quote,
floods.
impacted. We don't know
There's so many
exactly
things
what
that
that
could
means,
happen
so
to us
trying to
that
get
we're
clarity on that.
probably
We
not
understand that we
adequately
have
prepared
our
for.
Sydney Schofield. She is live at the scene right now. She's just arriving. Oh, we'll get to her in just a moment as we continue to cover this breaking news. But again, about 500 homes threatened, 350 acres in size. It all began in the
You know, a lot of people make fun of, and sometimes we still make fun of
just a couple of hours.
preppers all the
So
time.
we were talking about it on the
But
show,
when
and
something like
it-
this happens, you wish you were a
50 reports
prepper.
came in, it was an acre, then it was 10, and next thing you know, we're
Create
talking about
digital
hundreds of
records
homes
in the
evacuated.
cloud. Yeah, I
It's
know.
really
I don't do
quickly,
that. I
especially
like
when you have
having
sustained
actual
winds,
tangible
20
stuff I can
miles
feel in
an
my
hour.
hand. I'm not a cloud
I
person.
understand now our Sydney Schofield is up and ready to go, so I want to head out to her. And Sydney,
It's okay now. I joke. That's a great way to
seeing
declare the house.
Hey, Mark and Laura. Yeah, so we are here right off of Wellesley and Argonne. We're just
Total
outside
house
the
fire. We
evacuation
saved
zone.
our
I wanna
dogs,
show
but
you
that's it.
the
Well, at
fire
least you saved the
pictures
dogs.
here
That
are
makes me
pretty
happy.
dramatic, what you can see from our point of view. You can see all of that smoke, some of it black, some of it white.
Yeah, we had somebody in town here
right now.
a few weeks ago. For some reason, I don't know the whole story, but for some reason, something exploded in their house and just like blew out half of their house.
Right now, watching this unfold, and some of the neighbors
And I'm just like, God, were they ready for that?
black smoke, they just get more and more concerned.
Nobody thinks that's ever going to happen. How do you prepare for something like that?
I just talked to a teacher. It's the last day of school. She was at work when she found out.
You know, people that live in the Midwest, you're worried about tornadoes all the time, stuff like that. You think about it a little bit more. But when you're in milder environments, climates, whatever you want to call it, like we live here,
Earlier today, he was outside of the gas station.
and things happen, but they're kind of rare. So we don't think about being ready.
So he moved to another home in the same area, and now he's evacuated. He said he's hoping.
The last property I lived on in last year, up until about 6 months ago, we got flooded pretty bad a couple of times. We were afraid it was going to hit the house, and that woke us up a little bit.
An eye on the situation, and certainly we're going to continue to talk to folks in this area, but we'll keep you updated. We're here again, Wellesley and Argonne. We've seen a lot of emergency vehicles pass by us. We've been
Yeah, people who live in hurricane zones are probably more prepared for things too. Especially nowadays, it seems like there's a bad one every year now.
just how windy it is, and a lot of folks just standing here.
They're not as rare as they used to be. You guys are getting hurricanes like a couple times a year. It's like a regular
I
occurrence.
empathize with these people because how stressful to just sit and wonder what's going to happen.
So people that live on the Gulf Coast, man, they got to have it in their heads.
Those folks evacuated. They're on that perimeter.
Yes, I
watching
know,
what's
Scudder,
going
that
on with
fire
the homes.
does create,
Also,
it
just wanted to
creates
mention
entire
that
weather
police
patterns.
authorities tell us at this
That's why you
time,
have fire
you know,
tornadoes.
if you're across town, kind of curious what's going on, watching on the news, watching
And because of the
somewhere
heat,
else, maybe
it
not heading
changes
that area,
the
fire crews, of course, need to be able to get in
the
and
pressure
out,
system in the
and
air and
so folks
actually does
evacuating
affect the
in
weather.
that,
I
you know,
understand
in a
that.
really stressful situation.
It is wildfire season, so to speak, in eastern Washington. If there's there's any silver lining in all this is that our
Well,
crews
that's
are
good
really
news,
trained
no
up on
cap,
responding
that
to situations like this. We
that
have plenty of
it's
assets
ending
and
up better
teams
than it
there
was.
from above as well, both helicopters
That's always
and
good,
tankers. We saw
that
another
you can
retargeting
find a
drop. You
bright
see this
side.
live shot right there. Saw another
Kind
one
of feel
in the
weird
region
saying
just
silver
like
lining
that. So
because
it's an
the anchor
active
just said silver
situation out
lining,
there.
but
And you know, we were talking about the
yeah,
DC-10,
if there's a
right?
silver
And
lining to it, then rejoice in that, right?
The large tanker. And
here's some video right
I
here.
think they said there's 4.
4 in the nation, 1 stationed here in Spokane.
Which, you know, that is exactly what you want to
Yeah,
see.
that is a
if
huge
you're,
plane.
standing there nearby, and that's your neighborhood. That is certainly a relief to see that kind of air power.
And that costs a
doing what
lot of money.
it's meant to
And
do,
that's
as you can see
why
dropping right there
California
on that.
gets
Also
asked
seeing
out,
water drops and telling us
because
from
they have to
Natural
get these planes to
Resources
come
saying
down from up
at
here.
least
They're up
the
here in
fire is
Oregon,
located in that
and they
area,
have to get them to come
not
down,
far
and it
from
costs
the
money,
river,
and California doesn't want to pay for it. They'd rather just let shit burn.
certainly
California's so
that
I'm
day,
glad I don't live
beginning
down there.
from the
They're
noon
stupid.
hour, and now
We've
at
seen some
300
fires pop up here and there up to this point. This is the first large one, at least kind of right in our area, that we've covered so far this year. The upriver.
Yeah, Louis, I'm pretty sure you can't live in the Pacific Northwest and not know somebody that lives near Spokane. Somehow,
Trying to get a better handle on it.
everybody knows somebody that lives up in that area. It's kind of one of those weird places. Everybody's got a friend, a family, an acquaintance, or something that lives up near Spokane or Coeur d'Alene.
25 miles an hour range throughout the day, hitting sustained winds when it started at 26 miles an hour, getting those gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Hearing that, you know, things may start to die down as we get into that.
Again, I haven't said in a while. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys.
So that is not
If you're new and haven't done so yet, please hit the like and the subscribe buttons. It would help me greatly.
It is updated as things change, so that's a good resource.
I don't know. What else you guys want to look at?
Good resource. Follow us on our social media channels as well.
Are you guys happy watching the fire? Or you guys want to look at something else? You tell me.
Coming to the end of this particular stream, Creme 2 News at
I
4
pretty
is
much
just
talked
about
about the stuff I wanted to talk about. So what do you guys want to hear? What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to talk about?
The Creme 2 app, as well as Creme 2 and Creme.com for the very latest as we track the upriver fire impacting hundreds of families.
Cousin used to work for the Hot Shots. Yep.
Joining us for Creme 2 News at 4 tonight, following some major breaking
Always
news
get
at
the
this
same
hour,
California,
I'm
because that's the only thing they'll pay for. They won't pay for the planes or the choppers, but they'll pay for the Hot Shots to go down there.
Spokane and the Spokane Valley area.
Causing massive evacuations. In fact, we're taking a look at the evacuation zone here on your screen, along with a live shot of Beacon Hill, where the fire is burning. Now about 350 acres, impacting over 500 homes, we're told. You can see in the pink.
Yeah, that is the problem with snowbirding, no cap. My grandparents were snowbirds from Ohio, and then when they retired, they moved down there. But
to expand. And then
yeah, it's
one step below that.
it's as crowded in the wintertime down there as it is in the summer.
Yeah, the level 3. Let's talk about that. The upriver drive.
You get all the people from the east going down there and snowbirding.
Bigelow Gulch, and then on the east is Oregon Road. That's the level 3.
My grandparents had a permanent trailer down there in a park, and then when they retired, they just decided to move into it. My grandfather went halves on a shrimp boat, and that's what they did for their retirement down there.
Mark and Laura, yeah, I am just about a mile away east of Boulder Beach. I'm over here right now at, I believe, Pasadena Park Church of the Nazarene. That is where the incident command post has been for both fire and law enforcement officials. I've seen several authorities here, the sheriff's office as well as Spokane Valley. We're also seeing fire trucks now coming all the way from Pend Oreille County just to show you the severity of this fire. Now, the last update we've had in the last hour or so, the acreage of this fire has increased from
props on that pilot, man. Be flying that low and have to guide like you have a target. You're not just looking for a runway or something. You have a target and you got to drop that stuff in the right place. That's props. That's pretty awesome.
Being here. Now, earlier today, as I was responding to this scene, I met a couple teenagers who were celebrating the last day of school here. Many schools are getting out of school today, and they were at Boulder Beach enjoying an early.
Yeah, look at those trees swaying. That is pretty windy.
On foot, and we're not prepared for a fire to happen.
Which also
today.
has to affect the pilots.
Them and, here, let's see what they have to say.
When we were swimming, there was smoke, and we thought it was just clouds. And then it started getting really darker. And We presumed that it was a fire, but we thought it was a small fire until someone had to evacuate us, and it started getting worse, and we just
son
had
of a
to
bitch.
evacuate.
I'm getting
It
tired
was
again.
really scary.
So this is definitely not the scene that people expected, especially for the last day of school across city of Spokane as well as Spokane Valley.
Last day of school.
One
Wow,
other
they have a long
thing,
school
we've
year.
seen several aircraft in the area, such as helicopters as well as DC-10 tankers. We are told by DNR there's only 4 in the nation. They drop both fire retardant as well as water, up to 9,500 gallons, and one of those tankers is responding to this fire. So 4 across the nation, one here right here in Spokane Valley, which just again shows you the severity of this situation. I am also told crews will be here all evening long, possibly into tomorrow. We're still trying to track exactly how many people are being impacted. If you're wondering where to go, you can go to the Red Cross station. That is going to be at Spokane Valley United Methodist Church. And I've also heard that Millwood Community Church is taking people in. I've talked to a lot of people that are watching as they've been evacuated, people with their dogs, with their pets, with their loved ones. They said they just grabbed whatever they could and get out of town or get out of the neighborhood as this is unfolding. So we will continue to report from right here on Upriver Drive, just 1 mile
Let's get
east of Boulder
to
Beach.
more up-to-date stuff.
Water drop. So
I fast forwarded a little bit because it wasn't live.
But we, as you said, could use a little assistance from Mother Nature. We're going to bring in Cody Proctor. She's not Mother Nature, but she is talking about, of course, what is happening outside in terms of weather. Cody, these winds have just been brutal today.
They really have just been the main character, in all honesty, today as we take a look at our forecast and what we have seen since this morning. Even as early as I woke up, we had those breezy to gusty winds just picking up already, even where I live in Spokane. And those winds have just stuck with us throughout much of today. Now, at one point, Laura, you actually told me, compared to what we were seeing during the noon newscast, that the winds actually dropped down a little bit, but not by much. And we can even see those winds blowing right there as we take a look at our weather camera. It's hard to see it. It's relatively subtle, but that camera has been shaking since I came in this afternoon as we continue to track these fires that we have been watching throughout this afternoon as we take a look towards the Upriver fire. And right now, this time,
65 out of 100 and growing. 3171 acres.
Let's take a look and get that going. Currently, our temperatures are at 83 degrees, but note the winds. These are coming out of the west-southwest at 29 miles per hour. Now, this is for the weather monitor over by the
What dear?
Airport, and as you can see, that relative humidity also very, very low, which means it's very, very dry. There's not a lot of moisture right now in our air at this time. As we continue to take a look, again, the winds have been something that we have just continued to track and watch. While Spokane is getting 29 per hour wind speeds, Coeur d'Alene's getting 25. We've seen 17 towards Deer Park, 23 in Wenatchee, elsewhere Pullman, 20, 15 in Pomeroy, 13 in Cattle Falls. But right here in that corridor from Moses Lake, Ritzville, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, you can see that's particularly gusty right there as those winds come out of the west and move towards us. As for our wind gusts, though, this is what we've seen for today. Spokane,
45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That's pretty steep. That's up there.
Coeur d'Alene, 36, 39 in Deer Park. Wenatchee, 36 mile per hour wind gusts. Pullman, 44. You can see where this has continued to just track across our region right now. So again, this has really been impacting us. The other thing that's also been impacting us has been how warm it is. You can see our current temperatures across the region are pretty much all in the 80s with lots of sunshine. While that is usually nice when it comes to enjoying our weekend,
You're not talking about the humidity a lot. Usually the humidity plays a good factor in these.
Throwing the winds, this is not the best news as we head into the rest of today. Now, this was serious enough that the National Weather Service issued a red flag warning.
That's all the way down here into Oregon. Holy crap.
All in the red, that includes Spokane, down towards the Palouse, towards Moses Lake, Wenatchee, Omak. This is in effect until 11 o'clock tonight.
It's all the way to the Dalles, the whole gorge. Wow.
To about 40 to 50 miles per hour. We've seen low relative humidity as well as winds coming out of the west about 15 to 30 miles per hour. That's what they were also forecasting. The other thing that was interesting to note as I came in today, they actually expanded their wind advisory as well. Initially, when I was forecasting yesterday, this was mostly impacting the Waterville Plateau towards Wenatchee as well. But now this has been expanded. You can see now impacts Moses Lake, Ritzville, Spokane, Colfax. This is in effect until 11 o'clock tonight for potentially wind West winds about 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusts potentially up to 50 miles per hour as we continue to watch this. And this is not that great news when you can see how dry it has been throughout our region. Even as we take a closer look at Spokane right now, you can see that we are mostly in that normally dry category. Those winds.
Humidity is only 18%. Yeah, that's not a good thing. That's dry air.
Potentially dying down as we head towards 10 o'clock, towards midnight for tonight. That's going to take a while before we.
That's why when we're down here, we pray for onshore winds, because they bring the moisture from the ocean
We're going to continue to keep you updated as far as
and make it humid, and that helps with fighting the fires. So we pray. Usually in the summertime, our wind changes to east to west, so we get that dry from the high desert. So we sit here and pray for a front to come in off the ocean and bring in wet air. You guys don't have that option up there. You guys are way too far inland.
That took effect at around 1 o'clock today, so they turned off their power just to reduce the risk of wildfires.
I don't think a lot of people understand how dry it is up there, because you guys are in the upper high desert too. Even though Spokane's fairly green, but you're on the upper plateau. It's still pretty dry up there too, until you get to the mountains.
We just heard from Cody, of course, talking.
I said I've driven through that a lot of times.
Everybody a little bit worried about
I'm
that.
well familiar with that area.
Sydney Schofield out in the field right now. She is reporting on this fire. Of course, we're talking about the upriver fire. And Sydney, give us some idea, again, for folks maybe just tuning in, where you're at, and at this moment, what you're seeing, and has it changed since we've been talking over the last half hour?
Yeah, Mark and Laura, I actually want to show you this right now because we are seeing 2 active water drops with 2 helicopters right now over this fire. They both just circled around right near us, and they're back over there. We've seen a handful of retardant drops as well. You can see the smoke. It keeps kind of going back and forth between being white and black. I will say, when you came to us last, it looked like it had calmed down quite a bit, and now we're starting to see more of that smoke pick back up. I also want to show you that this is where the road is blocked off. We're just here off of Wellesley and Argonne. Argonne is blocked off north here of Wellesley, so that's where we're standing right now.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, and Paul and Louis, you guys will understand this, is that everybody sees
we're just outside of that evacuation zone.
Supposedly we live in a rainforest. It always rains here. We got trees everywhere. It's green, it's lush, so everybody thinks that it's wet up here, but we have 2 distinct seasons, and it's not as wet as it used to be. So all these trees and stuff, even though it's all green and it looks, it looks like a lot of rain and stuff, these trees are dry, and all those trees become kindling in situations like this. So even though it looks all green and beautiful and everything, it's kindling, and it's not been getting thinned out as much as it should. There's not as much forest control as there should be. So there's a lot of ground fuel for fires to spread. It is amazing to watch those choppers. That's pretty kick-ass. I have much respect for those chopper pilots. I wish I was one. They make a lot of money. That is not cheap.
My goodness, Sydney, thank you very much. Do want to point out, too, that for the past couple of years, we've been covering how the Department of Natural Resources has been working to kind of...
But yeah, everybody thinks, because the rumor is that it always rains in Portland, always rains in Seattle. That's basically the winter time. In the summertime, it gets really hot and really dry up here. So all of those trees that explode in the wintertime get dried out in the summertime. Yeah, cedars are like giant matches, exactly.
Get set to go at a moment's notice.
Even the Doug firs, if they're dry enough, they'll go up almost as fast as a cedar.
And be ready to leave in case you have to, so you are prepared.
And speaking of that, we were talking to Kristen Goodwillie. She was with the Red Cross earlier.
Yeah, because it's not just the trees, Paul. You know this. It's all the undergrowth and thing, and they don't clear out forests anymore, and they don't clear out the deadfalls or anything like that. So all the ground fuel is just as bad, and it's hard to fight that because of the tree canopy. When they drop these chemicals and they drop the water, the trees just soak it all up, and maybe 20% of it finally reaches the ground.
things through, but also get information and resources if needed. And also the Millwood Community Church, they are open for folks as well. Should mention the Red Cross shelter is also open to take.
It's a hard fight to put out these fires.
Talk about it. You heard Sydney talk about it.
It's not as simple as, oh, just put some water on them. That's not how it really works.
Or they do not want to go to a shelter.
Like I said, they're not fighting the fire. They're containing the fire. They're making sure it doesn't spread, and they're going to let it burn itself out. Because at some point, that's all you can do, is just let it burn. So you make fire lines around it and contain it. That's why you won't say, the news will relay what the percentage of containment is. They'll say it's 10% contained, it's 5% contained, because that's all they're doing, is they're trying to keep the fire where it is. You're not going to easily put that fire out once it starts burning like that. You just have to keep it in one spot so it doesn't grow.
He and his family, he said the fire is about a quarter mile or so away from his house, so they've just got all their belongings packed up, and they're just fingers crossed.
Jesus, Paul, are you just trying to get your house to burn down?
All those folks out there that are standing on those sidelines, with our reporters, they're watching that. That's their neighborhood. Those are those homes they're worried about. You mentioned, Mark, a lot of resources. Of course, this taking the extent of that in terms of this being the biggest fire going on right now, but a multitude of
And I
fires
don't
today.
think that anybody who's never been in one, anybody who's never experienced a wildfire situation, you cannot effectively understand how fast it can grow. It's insane. It literally is. A fire this size, left to its own devices, can double in an hour, especially with this kind of wind. It can go from 3,000 to 6,000 acres in a heartbeat.
All the way up to northeast Spokane and into the valley as well.
All right, we're going to take a quick break right now, but our coverage will continue on the other side of that break.
Because all it takes is one ember to light one tree somewhere that hasn't started yet, and then kaboom, it explodes. It's not unheard of to see a fire like this when you fall asleep and then you wake up in the morning and they tell you it's climbed to 30,000 acres. It's not unusual for that to happen. Okay, this thing's over, so I got to find another one. I'm trying to see if there's a live one. None of these are live. Okay. This is 28 minutes. Oh, that's a short. I don't want to do a short. 28 minutes ago, 6 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours. Let's see if I can find something a little more recent. 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour, 6 hours, 4 hours. I wonder why there's no live coverage of this. 2 years, we don't want to watch that. They're not showing a whole lot up to there. They're not doing updates very much. Let me go back here and see what's live. Oh, we got tornado trackers going on. There's maybe tornadoes up in the Great Lakes region. That's scary. Max Velocity, is he live? Hold on, guys. Let's see if there's any tornadoes in my area. Why is that?
Not confirmed.
Let me figure out where he's at.
This one, at least. I don't know how this got confirmed.
You guys watching this with me? You are.
What we're basing this off of? Maybe it's just some vibes that they just decide, hey.
Where's he at? In Indiana.
I don't know. I don't know how this got confirmed. I literally don't see anything on radar. Northeastern Indiana. Not to take away from the situation, by the way. I mean, if you are in this confirmed tornado warning here, you should be taking shelter.
He said northeastern. That means it's heading into Ohio.
All right, and I know there are chasers, or at least a chaser that is here, and they are literally saying they've not seen anything either. So you changed your shirt. I know. I'm actually wearing, funny enough, guys, I am wearing a Nike shirt right now, but it does not have the logo. It fell off. So it fell off a few months ago. Oh, man. All right, they have just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning here for Johnson.
Oops, Storm Runner Media's got a good-looking cloud going on.
For Greenwood, Bargersville, Adams, Brooklyn, Mooresville for 60-mile-per-hour winds. There's also a risk of up to penny-sized hail.
No, Paul. Be careful, man. Be ready. You've got plenty of time to be ready. There ain't no reason you can't. Start getting some stuff prepared just in case. You know what I mean? That would be my advice. Take a minute away from watching me and go get your stuff ready to go just in case. That's what I would advise. I'm advising that out of care and concern, my friend. My dog is enjoying. They have doggy ice cream, or is it just ice cream you gave to your dog? Do they have doggy ice cream?
There's actually a little couple of trying to develop there, and even over here near Lexington and Buckland, that storm is also really nasty.
So it's just ice cream that they named for dogs. It's regular ice cream. Okay. Because he said doggy ice cream, so I was wondering if that's special ice cream. Because I'm like, that would probably be more expensive than regular ice cream just because they say it's doggy ice cream. Yeah, Paul Tissue, please, sir, take a minute and get ready. Don't worry about watching my stream. I will be here when you come back, sir. I would prefer you be ready to go in case of an emergency than view my channel, honestly.
Not have a tornado down anymore, but there is still a hook and a possible tornado that's going to be heading towards Centerton. So I believe
Because anybody in chat here, everybody send it has dog flavors. Anybody watching in chat and you're inclined to do so, throw some prayers and well wishes towards Paul Tissue that his house and himself remain safe.
Yes, I will definitely talk about tomorrow.
Because now we have a personal connection to this. So now we're concerned. He just said the wind is now blowing directly in his direction from the center of the fire. And he's about 16 miles away from the fire. That's not very far. So yeah, guys, send good wishes towards Paul Tissue there. And Paul, please make yourself ready, brother. Make yourself ready.
Here for Jackson County in Michigan, that is for 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and a little bit of hail. And then back down to the south of that, this is our only active tornado warning right now. It was reportedly a tornado confirmed.
I really prefer you not to have to come in my chat later and tell me that something happened to you.
Continue to take shelter. For those that do not know, though, for whatever reason, if you've been living in a hole here over the last few weeks or even the last few days and you've not been watching my channel, that's what tomorrow is. I'm going to be honest. Might be hot take, might not. I don't know. But I personally...
Oh, Cleveland's in the zone now.
Just being honest. Like, I truly think tomorrow has the potential to be a high risk for tornadoes. This setup is insane. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, we've been talking about it the last several days on videos. But the red and orange areas are where the most concern.
Man, that's heading right for Indianapolis. That sucks.
This is one of the most favorable tornado setups I've literally seen this year, and I would actually debatably say in the last 12 months.
Yeah, it looks like it'll go north of Indianapolis. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It looks like it's going to go north of Indianapolis, but that means Fort Wayne, Toledo. I know I got Toledo viewers in here. Do I got any of my Toledo viewers in here right now?
To have a really extreme tornado risk with any discrete supercells. Going over 500 is absurd. Even the National Weather Service offices have been talking about it. Another really important.
Yes, please do, Paul. Keep us posted.
The setup here, just like the high-res computer model.
You know, because of that, I was going to cut this, but I'll stay on for a while and make sure you have a place to let us know you're okay. How about that? Yep, we are sending our prayers. Anybody else in chat, please send prayers towards Paul Tissue, and hopefully he doesn't get affected by this, and if he does, that it's a good outcome.
70 miles per hour. They are going to be moving fast. You can actually look.
Man, that's a whole string there. Holy crap.
Weatherfront app here, and you can actually use this little tool here. It's called Storm Motion to see how fast these storms are going to be moving. They're going to be moving at least 55 knots, which basically means 60 to 70 miles per hour. That is extremely fast. That is interstate speeds. At times, they could even go faster than that. They could go up to 70.
That means
Extremely fast-moving supercells.
how many miles? I'm going to figure this out.
Actually upscale into a line of thunderstorms. And if you look at the timing here, 5 o'clock,
I'm going to figure this out.
discrete supercells. Even at 3.
Okay.
Giggle. And assuming this does not upscale into a line of
In time between Indianapolis
being on the table, and probably several of them if
and Cleveland.
This upscale very quickly, even a large line of thunderstorms, right?
That's what I thought. Okay, at normal highway speeds, Cleveland and Indianapolis are approximately 5 hours away from each other. 15 miles. So that means at 60-mile-an-hour storm, we'll go from Indianapolis to Cleveland in 5 hours. Maybe 6.
In a few minutes, we'll show you what this looks like. This is the furthest it goes out right now, though, and it just shows a bunch of thunderstorms during the late morning and early afternoon. These are not going to be the
Nope, the cat just agreed.
Air mass recovery, and that should lead to a pretty significant.
Really, Harley? You think you want him to be safe too, buddy? Why are you so wet?
It has evaporated. It has gone poof.
He was in the pool?
Yeah, we picked up and said shrimp, and that was it.
And he didn't scratch the hell out of the baby?
No, he just
25 minutes.
made his way to the edge.
There's
and got
one
out.
in northeastern Ohio that is still tornado warned, but again, tornado warned. This is near Ellie and going to Blakesley.
Oh, he's such a good cat. Oh, look, he's getting in your purse.
So if you're in Ohio right now, at least for today, I mean, there's not much left. It'll be mostly just some showers and isolated thunderstorms. I think the severe weather risk will be mostly winding down. Just kind of fizzling into the abyss over here.
That's a good Harley. He's a good cat.
You actually see the little purple tinge on top of the clouds there. We got a little lowering right there. That's where a tornado would like to form, but I don't think one's going to form here. This storm is also really
spinning just a little bit, guys.
Hi, frail old man. Hi, frail old man. Nope. Mommy said you could have it. Go, buddy. I don't think he gets it. Tank. Tank. Here, I'll tell you it's okay. Tankers. Tank. Tank, you see an old shit. Come here. Come here. Come here, Tank. Here, buddy. You don't like Mommy's chicken salad, weirdo? He's spoiled rotten. He wants to jump out the window, it looks like.
flop is going on with this supercell, dude. This is a monster supercell.
That's why he's been whining so much. Oh, God.
This thing's producing at least baseball-sized hail right now.
I know, but I think he got it.
Those are going to be the ugliest freaking puppies.
3.7-inch hail falling right now in this supercell.
They're going to be just retarded looking.
Maximum hailstone size is currently estimated to be about 3.6, 3.7 inches. Now that is a lot.
Oh my God, those are going to be the weirdest looking puppies ever.
Yeah, there's been a lot of flash flooding in Texas recently. Guys, the weather's been crazy recently. We got all sorts of stuff.
Oh, buddy. Oh, are you mad at me for something?
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
making
do it.
fun of his possible children.
Yeah.
Tropical storm Arthur is coming up most likely here tomorrow. This will bring tornadoes.
Oh my goodness.
To the southeast and also the
Oh, what the hell? We got tornadoes down in Louisiana too.
Significant storm system, especially when it comes to flooding. If you look at the HRRR in terms of total rainfall that is currently being forecasted by this, which I did talk about this in today's video, but
Tornadoes, not hurricanes.
We're going to see a lot of rain down here near the Gulf Coast, and I think these numbers are underestimates. The Rufus model is, I think, overestimating by a lot, but it shows areas like
Don't
Baton Rouge getting 30 inches.
even eat those.
I think the Rufus is.
Oh my goodness, guys.
I think everything else is pretty normal, though. I think we'll probably have some pockets up to like 10 to 12 inches. We have a camera in Joplin right now. I believe it's fixed. Can you push it?
Show me, Max. Show me.
There we go. This is what it looks like over in Joplin right now.
Oh, that's a pretty
It looks
sky.
like a little lowering over near Joplin, guys. Look at that. And the sun setting. That storm did have a rotating wall cloud, according to a chaser. This is in Cherokee County, Columbus, Crestline, and Galena in southeast Kansas. We can faintly see that wall cloud out there as the sun sets.
That's right. It's starting to get dark over that way. So their tornadoes will be calming down, hopefully. I hate dark time tornadoes, nighttime tornadoes.
That is live. Also, if you guys do have any photos and videos, you can send them in to us. Reports.maxvelocitywx.com. I'll put the QR code on your screen.
All right, let's see what else is on. There's nothing active right now. Oh, they're talking to Manny. Manny being Manny. Manny's the man now because he was at the UFC thing. The Wedge at Newport Beach. You guys want to watch surfers? Oh, that's some good surf. Holy crap. We got some good surf going on there. I wonder why these guys aren't right. Well, no, I thought he was going to catch it. These guys aren't catching waves. There's a little tube on that one. Oh, they're breaking into each other. That kind of sucks. And we got a lot of looky-loos. A lot of people just watching. Man, that's crowded. That sucks when it's that crowded. Oh, he got one. He went too fast. Whoa, look at that cross wave. It's like going completely the wrong way. Oh, that's craziness. That's cool. Paul, I did when I was a teenager. I lived in SoCal as a teenager. I wasn't ever really good. I could stand and surf for a minute or so. I didn't get enough time to actually become proficient at it. But I did. I was a little surfer kid for when I was like 15. Down in the Oceanside area. Like I said, I didn't get to do it long enough to be really good at it, but I did stand before I ended up moving back to Ohio because you can't really surf in Ohio. But I got to the point where I could stand up on my board, so I was proud of that. And boards were huge back then. This is back in the mid '80s, man. I had an OP board that was like 6'3" or something, and I was only like 5'4". My board was way bigger than I was. I don't know how my little ass carried it around. That's crazy, that snub nose on the front of his board. I'm wondering what that's about. I'm wondering if that's on purpose. I've never seen that before. First, I thought it was like a boogie board, but it's not. It looks like a broken surfboard. Well, Paul, it's not easy, period. Really, it's not. Surfing is not easy. You have to use every single muscle in your body. You got to be coordinated. You got to learn to force things and to let things ride at the same time, if that makes sense. You've got to let it do what it's going to do, but you got to make it behave at the same time. It's a balancing act. Yeah, you don't want to end up against those rocks. That's for damn sure. And unfortunately, I really wasn't all that coordinated when I was a kid. That's why it took me so long to get the hang of it. I did a lot of BMX riding back then. See, I'll do that all day. Those guys got boogie boards, which is a whole lot less hard. Boogie boards are way less difficult, a lot quicker learning curve. Yeah, I definitely couldn't surf like that guy just did. I would get up in a curve and stand for maybe 10 seconds tops and then right into the washing machine. You have no idea what that feels like underneath of those waves breaking until you actually feel it. And those of you on the East Coast, yeah, come out west and check out the waves out here. It's a whole different story. Yeah, boogie boarding is actually pretty fun. That's it. Like he's got like it's like a hybrid. It's like a boogie board and a surfboard combined. That's weird. I've never seen that before. I'll have to look into that. Those are nice waves though. It's enough to get on. Little bit of curl going on there. Enough to keep you going. Yeah, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen, that board. I thought it was broke, but it's not. Look at that crashing on the rocks there. You don't want to be part of that. No way, no sir. That's the scary part too, is when you're swimming out and a surfer's coming at you at 40 mile an hour. That's scary as shit. Yeah, that right there, that can hurt. It's the most violent washing machine you've ever experienced. Remember the first time I got sucked under and I thought I was going to die. It was so scary. Yeah, he rolled out of that way too fast and didn't have a leash on apparently. Did you see how far his board flipped? Yeah, I don't think I could do it now. I have better balance and better coordination, but that's actually a lot of work. I mean, that's why these surfers, you see them in such good shape because you are using every single muscle in your body when you're out there doing that. Yeah, those are super cool waves. Oops, that hurt. Oh, he's getting. Oh, we got sideswiped. Ooh, there's a good curl on that one. That would have been fun to ride out. Everybody missed it. Oh, you got it. Go, go, go. Sideways. Turn, turn, turn. There you go. You know, I'm silly enough to try it, though. I'm silly enough to try it again. I'd probably pay for it for a week, but I would try it. When it's not that crowded and you paddle out there and you're waiting on a wave, or even if you go past the waves and just hang out there by yourself on a board. It's so peaceful. Ocean tandem kayak surfing. Huh. I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds kind of fun though. Ocean tandem kayak surfing. I'll have to look into that. I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds like fun. So we got wildfires in Spokane, we got tornadoes in the Great Lakes, and we got awesome surf in Newport Beach. You guys are getting a tour of America. How about that? Like I said, I got nothing planned. I'm just kind of chilling. I am going to have to get some sleep here, though, soon. Because I got to work tonight. I got abruptly woke up at like 2 o'clock, which is 4 hours of sleep. Not enough. Ooh, that was a big leap. Ooh, that scared the poop out of me. You have a fear of drowning? Yeah, Snooks, and you get caught underneath those breaks, you'll have a fear of drowning. Because if you get excited, you feel like you're underneath of there for like 20 minutes, and the surf coming down on you is so forceful that you just kind of curl up in a ball and ride it out. And when it lets you come to the surface, that's when you come up. It's scary at first. It takes a little bit of getting used to. You got to do it over and over and over again before your body finally realizes that you're okay and you're not going to die. But it's a rush when you catch a good wave and you're floating down 30, 40 mile an hour down that, or if you get lucky enough to get turned right and you're inside the curl, that is a feeling like no other. I've only had it like once or twice, but it's enough that I'll never forget. Ooh, that was kind of ugly. That one didn't break fast. That one stayed in the air a long time. But yeah, you will definitely have a fear of drowning when you go under in front of one of those waves. Because it is violent. It is incredibly violent. I said until you're in it, you have no idea how violent it is in that white water, and you're just helpless until it lets you up. But it's so cool. I said even if you can't stand, like get a boogie board and do it on a boogie board, and just experience the surf. Oh, you're saying it's out for snooks? Yeah, I want to scoop. My mom's new husband is he's ex Coast Guard and he's an avid scuba guy. He's got a whole trailer for it and everything. And one of these days, I want to go scuba diving with him. My thing is getting over my claustrophobia because if I'm like contained and I can't move, which water does to you, that's what freaks me out a little bit. I think if I can get over that, I'm going to love scuba diving. It's cold out here too, Snooks. You got to remember that. Even where they're at, it's still cold. You notice they're all wearing full wetsuits. West Coast water is way colder than East Coast water. I know it is beautiful to watch. I'm so jealous of them right now. I wish I could do that. Wish I could be there doing it. Like I said, I'd be on a boogie board. I'll go out there on a boogie board all day. I just don't think I have the. I'm too old for the standing up stuff. You see some of these guys my age that have been doing this all their life, though, that are steady doing it. And it's amazing. You see these guys my age out there just ripping up the waves. Yeah, my claustrophobia gets really, really bad. That's why some of you have been watching for a while know I was in that little box. That little box was driving me crazy at work. I'm so glad I'm in an office now again, because that box was driving me absolutely batshit crazy. I had to be on live streams every night just to keep my sanity. Mm. Oh, that was a hell of a smack. God, it's that crowded. It sucks. You're so worried about running somebody over or getting run over. But they're all in the same spot because I'm pretty sure it's that jetty that's creating these waves. Oh, he was getting a good ride for a second there. See, he was on a boogie board. That's what I do. You don't have to stand up on a boogie board. You just grab it and ride. Oh, look at this guy going way sideways. Oh, he executed that exit perfectly. Woof. He was airborne for a minute there. Oh, and there. See, boogie boards can be just as fun and less work. Oh, he bailed out because of the guy underneath of him. He didn't want to run over that guy underneath of him. That's what sucks about it being that crowded. Scuba diving a sunken ship? Oh, that would be cool. Again, though, I wonder if my claustrophobia would kill me doing that. Ooh, dude, he went like airborne for 30 yards. I see that was optimum. He stayed on his board and everything. That was cool. Ooh, that was a quick ride down. You got to understand the scale of this too. These are good 15, 20-foot waves. You are going super fast when you ride straight down one of these. Oh, he's getting a good ride in. Come on, dude. Oh, if he could have turned it, that would have been awesome. He was doing good, though. That's so weird how they're riding sideways. Like there's like two sets of waves. They come from the jetty and they come from the open ocean and then they meet in the middle. That's so cool. Look at how tall those are. Oh, man. Yeah, those are tall waves. Some of those are like probably getting 30 feet, at least like 25. See, my problem was I wanted to ride every single wave. I didn't have any patience. Every single wave that came along, I wanted to ride. I had that youthful energy. I was going back and forth all day. There was no chill. Ooh, that was a hell of a face plant. It's so weird. They're like almost riding back out to the ocean with those sideways rips like that. That's crazy. Every single one of those guys is sitting there saying, "Man, I wish I had the balls to do that." Then they got girlfriends sitting next to them saying, "Yeah, I wish you did too." Oh, he's getting chased by somebody else's board. God, look how crowded that is. Ugh. All right, while you're looking at this, let me bring up another window and see if we got anything new from the fires yet. 15 Antifa terrorists arrested and charged in Minneapolis. Nice. I'll have to look at that later. Let's go live. All right, let's go back to the search then. 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, 6 hours. No new updates yet. Yep, no new updates on the fires, guys. Oh shit, I'm yawning. I might have to cut this, guys. I might have to get some sleep. I don't see anybody else live to send you to unless you go to Climatics and Tommy's. But I'm starting to drift. Oh, I've been on for almost 3 hours. Well, 2:45. I didn't realize that. Yeah, guys, I might have to cut this and try and get a nap. Like I said, I got to work here in a few hours. Paul, I hope you're okay. Like I said, I don't see any new updates, and I think no news is good news in this case. I'm sure if I don't talk to you sooner, I'll see you in a chat later. and hopefully hear that everything went good for you this evening. Unless you got some new news right now for us, or is everything just kind of holding steady? Fine. Threat score 72 now? Oh, God. See, you make me not want to go to sleep now. I feel guilty. But they haven't issued any evacuation notice for your area yet, right? You're still out of the zone, theoretically. Wait, 550 is less than 3,000. So is it? Are they containing it? Or is it 5,504? Is that what that's supposed to say? Did you put the? All right, buddy. Yeah, like I said, we'll see you in the chat later, I'm sure, and hopefully hear some good news. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, sorry to cut it abruptly, but I'm starting to. The wall hit me. I was fine a little bit ago, and then the wall hit me, and now I'm getting really tired again. So, yeah, it's 317. Oh, okay. I misread your last comment then. Okay, so it's grown a couple hundred acres, is what you're saying. I gotcha. I misread the comment from before. I thought you said it was 3,173 or something, but there was a decimal point that I misread. My apologies. All right. Well, prayers to you, man. Hopefully everything's good. Like I said, I kind of hope to see you later in the chat and you telling me everything was good. Um, yeah, be ready. Be ready just in case. But in the meantime, as I always say, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Hopefully you saw something interesting. And I will see you guys next episode. In the meantime, be good to each other and Patriot on.